set? All right, well, thanks for coming out. Sadly, we have some bad news to report this morning. At 6:54 a.m., 911 received an emergency call reporting an active shooting that was taking place in the 10,000 block of North US 31 in Soil Township. Fortunately, we had 4 sheriff's deputies on duty this morning. All 4 deputies were responding to the scene. We were able to gather some crucial information from the caller that there had been multiple people shot at the house, that the shooter was still on scene, and that there were small children in the residence. With this information, we decided to notify our SWAT team, the Michigan State Police, and the Manistee County Sheriff's Office. And I'm very thankful for the assistance that they gave. Our 4 deputies arrived on the scene, and they were quickly met with 2 Manistee County deputies, a tribal police officer from the Little River Band of Ottawa Indians, and U.S. Forest Service. Their quick response allowed us to set up a perimeter on the house until we could get additional officers on scene. And that quick action in setting up the perimeter, we were able to extract one adult who had been shot from the, one adult who had been shot. We were able to get that person from the house along with 2 small children. And at this point, we're not going to release any information on the adult that was able to get out of the house or the children. They were eventually transported by Life EMS to Munson Hospital in Manistee, where Manistee County Sheriff's Office Victim Services folks were called. And it's my understanding they're there at the scene helping the adult who survived the shooting. With me is Lieutenant Matt Kanitz with the Michigan State Police and Sheriff John O'Hagan with the Manistee County Sheriff's Office. And I just got to tell you, the quick response from the State Police and Manistee County Sheriff's Office was just, I can't emphasize enough how invaluable their response was. You know, a year ago, we wouldn't have had 4 deputies available. We would have only had 2. But last year, the voters supported a millage request for additional officers. And because of that, we were able to have 4 deputies respond. And like I said, we had 10 officers there within about 15 minutes of the call. And that, quite frankly, is unheard of. So I want to thank our SWAT team members who responded. After a short time, at about 8:25 a.m., the individual of interest in this event did walk out of the house and give himself up to SWAT team members. So there were no rounds fired by any of our officers. Michigan State troopers and a couple deputies went into the house to secure the residence after the person of interest was taken from the house, and sadly they found an adult deceased in the house from multiple gunshot wounds. Currently, the Michigan State Police Crime Lab out of Grayling is en route to process the scene. I would suspect that will be an active scene up there all day today, as we'll be working with the prosecutor to secure search warrants on the residence. So with that, I would entertain a couple quick questions. Yes, sir.
Do you know the relation to the shooter and the victims and the home?
We do not know the relationship at this time.
What kind of gun was used?
All we know is there was a firearm used. We don't know if it was a pistol or rifle.
Okay. Would you consider that time that before he came out to turn himself in, was that like a standoff type? Did he make any
Yeah,
calls?
we had information that he'd barricaded himself in a room with multiple weapons and a large amount of ammunition. But we were able to establish conversation with him, and he did eventually give up and come out of the house unarmed.
Any sort of motive unveiled yet?
We do not have a motive at this time.
I know he asked relation, is he the homeowner or?
We do not know if he belonged in the residence or not. We do know that there was a knowledge of the individuals amongst themselves, but what his involvement was at the house, I can't say at this time.
And you probably already addressed this too. Are you able to give out the ages of the people, whether it's the children or the victims?
We do know the ages of those involved. However, at this point, we're not going to release that out of respect for the family until we can make some phone calls.
You said they knew each other, so this wasn't a break-in or anything?
Yeah, I can't say that it wasn't a break-in. I do know that there was knowledge between all of the parties involved of each other. What their involvement was in that residence, we don't know. This is still a very active investigation. As you probably saw, there were detectives roaming through our halls, conversing and trying to gather information. So this investigation will go on throughout the day for sure, and probably in days to follow.
Was it a male or female that was taken to the hospital?
It was a female.
How many children?
There were 2 children.
Was it a male or female that was deceased?
It was a male that was deceased.
And the male was a shooter too? Or shooter was
Alleged,
male?
we do have a male subject that we have detained at this time.
Do you know offhand if he has any criminal background?
I don't have that information right now. Anything else?
Do you know who called 911?
It was an individual in the house who had been shot. It was the female that had called.
How many SWAT team members responded?
There were 9 that were a member of our SWAT team, and we have a multi-jurisdictional SWAT team with Ludington PD and Oceana County Sheriff. So those 9 or 10 SWAT officers were members of the multiple jurisdictional team with various agencies. The Michigan State Police SWAT team had been requested, and they were responding, and also we had requested assistance from the Northern Michigan Regional SWAT team, and they were being placed on standby because we were anticipating a prolonged event, and we're very thankful that this individual did decide to come out and give up peacefully.
Do you have a time for arraignment?
No,
Do you know if it will possibly be today?
I would doubt it would be today.
Okay.
Anything else? All right. Like I said, we have notes that we'll provide you, ma'am, as well, so, thank you.
Thank you.